up through and into Garland, over into Rockwall and Royce City as well. Also up in Denton County from Denton up to Sanger, you can see a little bit of a light shower there. Very light in nature, just enough to where you have to turn on those windshield wipers. Let's widen it out so you can see all of North Texas. This is exactly where some of this activity is ongoing. You can expect this through the afternoon. Most of us will stay dry, but there is going to be an isolated shower here and there, only about 20% in coverage. Otherwise, today we're looking at temperatures once again warm in the 70s already and muggy upper 70s later on, with that small chance of a few showers through the afternoon. Now tonight we stay dry for the most part as temperatures stay nice and mild, but again, we are talking about a better chance of showers and thunders. Some of those could be severe as we go into the weekend. We'll have all the timing information for you coming up when I see in a few minutes. Right. Well, we got a few more days and some more showers and even thunderstorms to talk about. I'll have a full breakdown of our weekend forecast that's coming up. You can see another area, northern Denton County, another area just to the north of Collin County. It's really small, maybe a few sprinkles there, not much. Lancaster, you're dry right now, but you may see a quick passing light shower here within the next few minutes. Overall, this activity is going to continue, but most of us will stay dry, but there may be that pesky light shower or sprinkle that you feel as we go through the day, and that's going to continue to push to the north. So then later this afternoon, most of it will stay along the Red River. Yeah, there may be even a few rumbles of thunder. No severe weather expected as we move forward today. That changes though as we go into the weekend, which we'll get into that here in a second. Temperatures out there right now range anywhere from 67 in Denton, where you just had that shower, to 72 in downtown Dallas, 71 in Corsicana, Breckenridge sitting at about 74. In Gainesville, you have some light rainfall as well, so temperatures in the 60s. We're going to end up into the upper 70s, lower 80s, similar to what we've been dealing with. So it's going to be warm, it's going to be muggy. We're going to have this as we go into the weekend as well. Here's a look. Saturday, 77. Now we are going to see those temperatures cool down as we go into Sunday, but when I say cool down, it's still going to be considered above normal by a few degrees. Then as we go into Monday, we warm up quite a bit ahead of our next chance for rain that comes as we go into St. Patrick's Day. So 73 degrees, still considered above normal, even though we're cooling down. But this storm system that we're going to be seeing right now, it's really parked over really the desert southwest. Woo. Try to say that. It's going to be moving north of us. We're going to deal with the trailing cold front, but spots like Denver, feet of snow, several feet of snow possible. So winter is not over for them. Luckily, we're not talking about that. We're done with that right now. We don't want to see that again. No, not at all. Here's a look at what's going to happen for us. We are going to see some showers and thunderstorms develop along and ahead of that front Saturday afternoon and evening. Some of those storms west of us could be strong to severe and keep their intensity as they move across North Texas. The timing is going to be early Sunday morning for most of North Texas. So that's good news because it'll lose a little bit of its intensity overnight, but still we have to watch for an isolated storm to have severe qualities really from Saturday night at about 11 through about Sunday morning at about 11, 12 o'clock. And then it moves east for the rest of the day Sunday, and then we don't have to worry about it. So you should always know where to get your warnings. As we go into the month of March, severe weather season's going up here as we move into April as well. So make sure you revisit this, and especially since we're talking about overnight, you may need to have that WFAA app if you don't have it already. I know we talk about it, but really easy to think, I'm going to do that and then not do it. So go ahead and do it because it acts as a weather radio in your pocket. Plus you can go into our blog that we keep updated daily and be able to tell you the updates and what's going on timing wise. Weather call, WFAA.com/weather call. This is similar, but you get a phone call when you have a warning that's issued for your zip code, so that's really helpful. And we're always on all social media platforms keeping you up to date. Otherwise today, no severe weather expected, a few showers possible, but really the big story once again is going to be the temperatures. It's warm, it's muggy, and it's windy. Tonight, 63 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, south winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. And if you look at the 10-day forecast, you can see once we get past to Sunday, we dry up Sunday afternoon and evening, staying dry Monday, Tuesday. There's still some discrepancy in the models on what's going to happen as we go into Tuesday, Wednesday. Pay attention to this because we could see some showers and thunderstorms move through. I do have a 20% coverage Wednesday. Right now, looks like it's mainly Wednesday morning. Sonia? Is really from Dallas to the north and east, you can see several different small pockets of very light rainfall. We're not talking anything that's going to slow you down too much on the roadways if you have to be out and about, but from Plano to the east toward Wiley, Greenville down toward Terrell, over toward Lancaster as well, up in northern Denton County from Sanger up to Gainesville. If we widen it out and you can look at the bigger picture here, it's a very small area. Most of us are dry and will continue to stay dry here as we move forward, but you're going to have to really check the radar as you go out and about today, because it's that pesky rain that's going to kind of be annoying. 73 in Mineral Wells. We've got 69 in Gainesville because of the rain. Same thing in Denton. It's a little bit cooler because of that light rainfall as well. As we go into the weekend, those rain chances go up, but it's really going to be tomorrow night into Sunday that's the highest coverage of rain. 80% overnight into Sunday morning. Sunday 70%, but it'll move to the east into East Texas throughout the day. So both days overall, there'll be hours you can get out and about and do stuff. So that's the good news. It's not a complete washout. Otherwise, temperatures go from 77 Saturday to 70 Sunday. We're going to break this down in more detail hour by hour. Plus, we're going to look at which areas for which time frame have the best chance for some strong to severe storms. That's coming up when I see in a few minutes.
All right, Kate.
We have thunderstorm chances that are going to go up as we go into Saturday night. A lot of us are going to be sleeping. You're going to want to know the details. I'll have all of them coming up. We are going to see showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder, but severe weather not going to be an issue. Here's what we have ongoing right now across DFW. We have a few sprinkles, some light showers that have shifted just to the east of Dallas. So you've got Lancaster up to Mesquite, Garland, Rockwall over to Greenville as well, and then north close to the Red River, where we're going to see the potential for a thunderstorm or two later on. Again, no severe weather expected as we move forward today. So let's go into those temperatures. It's still warm, muggy, well above normal already, and it's only just before lunch. 72 in Waxahachie, 71 in Corsicana, 75 in Meridian. We've got Bonham at about 71, Mineral Wells 73. That'll warm up into the lower 80s before it's all said and done today. So we've got 82 in Mineral Wells, 84 in Albany. Temperatures farther to the east staying in the upper 70s, right around 78 degrees for locations like Dallas and to the east. So if you look at these temperatures overall, yes, we are going to see some cooler air move in. But when I say cooler, I still mean we're going to be warmer than where we should be for this time of year, at least until we get into the middle of next week. Then we're going to start to see some cooler air. But it's going to stay in the 70s all the way through the weekend into the beginning of next week, where 70 on Sunday. Behind the storm system, we're going to see the sun come out, and that's going to help us warm up as we go into Sunday afternoon. So it's still only a couple degrees above normal, but then as we go into Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, you see it drop off a little bit. And by the time we get into that 10-day forecast, you'll see we are back into the 60s to wrap up next week. But it's going to be much more on the quiet side next week. We have a huge storm that's what we're going to be seeing this weekend. But the other side of it is going to be snow, and that's going to just blanket the city of Denver with several feet of snow. So that's no fun. We don't want that. But we also don't want severe weather either. The good news is the timing of this line of showers and thunderstorms. So let's go into North Texas here, where you can see 7 o'clock in the evening. The storms are going to be in West Texas. The best chance for severe is going to be there. Then it's going to move east. Look at it. Even this one model that we're showing shows it weakening considerably and breaking up. That doesn't mean one part of this line doesn't have a storm that reaches 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and hail up to quarter size, which would be severe criteria. So that's why we still need to make sure that we're prepared here. Then as we go into Sunday afternoon, you can see it shifts east of Dallas-Fort Worth and then completely moves out throughout the afternoon and evening hours on Sunday. But I do want to talk today and where that threat is going to be, which is going to be up farther to the north and west of us in the Panhandle. That's where the marginal and slight risk will be. Now, as we go into Saturday evening and Saturday night, look at this. We've got marginal risk to Mineral Wells, slight risk from Breckenridge, Archer City to the west, and then you can see an enhanced risk just to the northwest of us. That's where they're going to see the better elements come together to have severe weather. It's just how long do they keep their intensity? That is the question for us. So we just want to be prepared either way. If that were to keep that intensity, we'd be sleeping. So make sure you have a way to get your warnings. Otherwise, today, 78 degrees as the high temperature this afternoon. We've got south winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. Temperatures dropping only to 63 degrees. That's as cool as it's going to get. Then if you look at the 10-day forecast, you can see here we hang on in the 70s through the middle of next week. We're seeing some warming in some of the model trends. Then as we go into the end of next week, I did tell you we're going to drop back down closer to where we should be. And next Saturday is the first official day of spring. Can you believe it? But we spring forward this weekend. Do not forget, not only should you check your smoke detector batteries, but check your weather radio batteries because of that chance for storms. And make sure to change your alarm clock. Which, do you have to really do that anymore?
Phones change on their own, but like microwaves and oven clocks and stuff like that, all that.
Going up overnight, Saturday into Sunday. A few showers off and on today. Overall, most of us are going to stay dry, but pay attention to Saturday night. Overall, severe threats much lower than folks to the west, but still you want to make sure you're paying attention. Then as we go into next week, you can see temperatures stay in the 70s, but they cool down as we get closer to the weekend, back to even below normal. By the time we get into the next week, normal is about 70 degrees. So you can see we're getting closer, but I like this. I'm cool with this.
If you're Kalee, Dionne is here. What you want to talk about? You want to talk about the clouds? You want to talk about the rain? You want to talk about the humidity? What you got for me?
I want to talk about all of them.
All of it. Let's go.
How much time do we got?
As much time as you need. I'm just kidding. I don't run this show. Josh is running the show right now.
I know his mouth is like wide open right now. Well, here we go. As we move forward, we'll talk about it. Some now, some later. Right now, we're going to talk about what kind of rainfall is out there at this point. So not much. I mean, we see a few very small showers pushing up into Oklahoma. Most of us are dry. Most of us are going to stay dry as we move forward. Here's a look at those temperatures. It's 79 degrees in Dallas, 77 in Fort Worth. We've got 80 in Granbury, 80 in Mineral Wells, 78 in Meridian. Yeah, it's not the prettiest day, but it's not bad. It's great to hang out in the backyard on this Friday afternoon. 77 degrees at 5 o'clock, 76 by 6 o'clock, 74 by 7 o'clock. So despite the clouds, overall, most of us are going to have a pretty nice evening. Now, as we move into the weekend, our weekend forecast, we are going to see a little bit more in the way of showers and a few thunderstorms. So let's take a live look out there right now. You can see a few blue sky pockets in there. Just got to look real close. 78 degrees with wind gusts 28 miles per hour because, as I've talked about all week long, we're still dealing with those winds. So the weekend breakdown of the showers and thunderstorms, that's all going to come up here when I see you in just a few minutes. But we are going to look at that. And also, what's the severe risk? I do have some changes in data. I'll have that coming up.
All right, Kalee, thank you. Big development.
Point, we have very little activity ongoing. It's now mostly up into Oklahoma, north of the Red River. So for the most part, we're going to be dry tonight. You don't need to worry about grabbing the umbrella. You won't need it. Now, as we go into the weekend, that's going to change a little bit depending on what times you're going to be out and about Saturday and Sunday. So 80 in Mineral Wells, 78 in Corsicana. It is warm. It is muggy. It is well above normal for this time of year. And as we go into the overnight hours, that is going to continue because we're going to see those temperatures in the low to mid 60s out there. That is about 20 degrees above normal for the overnight low. So it's going to stay that way. And we're going to have another warm afternoon ahead of the storm system that's going to push in as we go into Saturday night. So temperatures mid upper 70s. We're still going to deal with that breeze out of the south, but you are going to start to see a little bit of a little bit of change as we go into the beginning of next week. And not a huge change, still going to be well above normal, but cooling off as we go into Sunday to 72. I upped this a little bit as we go into Monday, 74, then jumping up briefly Tuesday. Another storm system moves in as we go into Tuesday, and then we'll start to see some cooler air filter in toward the end of next week. But we got a couple things to talk about before we get there, and that is what's going to be going on tonight through Sunday. So I have it widened out so you can see what's going on throughout Oklahoma. This is where we're really going to be watching here for any development tonight. So if you look at the severe weather outlook, that's what's highlighted just off to the north. I know we have some viewers up there near Wichita Falls. It's going to just stay to the north of you. You may clip and get a thunderstorm down as far south as Wichita Falls, but most of it, if you look at our timecast, is going to be just to the north there, and it's going to stay that way. So majority of us don't have to worry about anything tonight, but look at the storm. It's well off to the north. We're going to see that trailing cold front moving as we go into Saturday night. So Saturday, you're going to be fine. You got plans. You want to be outside. You want to go to the zoo. You want to go golf. Go for it because it's going to be just fine. We're going to see that cold front inch in here as we go into the overnight hours. So first up West Texas late, so 9, 10, 11 o'clock in the evening. This location has the best chance for those storms to keep their intensity, but overnight they'll lose that intensity and arrive in DFW anytime between 6 and 8 o'clock in the morning. And most of these will be below severe limits, but there could be a storm that has up to 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. Then it continues to move off to the east, and I'm not expecting much in the way of severe weather once that line pushes farther to the east. Then we dry up, so clearing skies throughout the day Sunday. So if we look at the severe weather threat as we go into Saturday night and Sunday, you can see Saturday night The marginal risk is far to the east as Highway 281. Then if you go a little bit farther to the west, slight risk, and in the orange, that's the enhanced risk, where most of that development is going to be and going to stay. So I want to go back over that a little bit so you know. Mostly cloudy, breezy, and warm Saturday. Saturday night's when we have to watch for that chance for storms to move in from West Texas, so moving from west to east first. And then as we go into Sunday morning, that's when they'll arrive in DFW. Isolated severe storm possible, but most of them should be below severe limits. Sunday afternoon clearing from west to east. So stay weather aware. Know where to get your warnings. WFAA app as well as the weather call is going to be a good idea as well. And then as we always post on social media, we keep update there as well. But the good news is the more I'm looking at this, our severe threats for DFW going down. Doesn't mean you don't need to be prepared, but that's the good news. 63 degrees tonight with south winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, warm, mainly dry with 76 degrees as the high temperature. And that 20%, that is going to be for extremely late in the afternoon, evening hours for the western part of North Texas. Then it goes up to 80% overnight, 70% for Sunday morning, and then it moves out. Remember also Saturday night into Sunday, we spring forward. Then we have St. Patrick's Day. I do see a chance for rain Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, moving out Wednesday morning, drying up for the rest of the day on St. Patrick's Day. We'll be right back. And that's tomorrow night. So right now, here's what we have going on. We had a few light showers earlier, but now most of those have moved up into Oklahoma. So what we're talking about at this point is clouds and those warm temperatures. I mean, it's low 80s out to the west. Breckenridge 82, 80 in Mineral Wells. We've got 77 in Canton, 74 in McKinney, and 71 in Sherman. If you look for a second, there's one little area right here that has some blue skies in there. So it's not completely terrible out there. 78 degrees right now in downtown Dallas. Here's a look at your evening planner on this Friday night. We've got 79 o'clock, so nice and mild. 67, which is where our normal high temperature during the day should be at midnight. And then by the time we get to tomorrow morning, it's at about 63, but cloudy and dry. Now look at that weekend forecast for you. We are going to see those rain chances go up. It's going to be Saturday evening for the western parts of North Texas, and then overnight into early Sunday morning for the rest of us. We are going to see it clear out though, so a not complete wash up for the weekend. More details, breaking it down even more coming up. All right, 17-mile-per-hour winds. We are seeing a little bit of sun peeking through the clouds in some locations, but still, I mean, the clouds are winning out, and they will all the way through the weekend. But look at this. Despite the cloud cover, temperatures topped out right around 79 degrees. That is well above normal. It's not quite the record. Record was 91 set back in 1918, so it could be warmer. 78 currently with a south-southeast wind at 16 miles per hour. Dew points in the 60s. I mean, we've come a long way since Monday where we were in the 20s for dew points. So a lot of moisture really pulled up throughout the week from the Gulf of Mexico. We see a little bit of rainfall up to the north, but overall, most of us now dry for the rest of the evening. Tonight, overnight, we're going to stay well above normal for the overnight temperatures as well. We're going to stay in the 60s. It's going to be warm. It's going to be sticky. That's going to be the case going into the day Saturday. Saturday, the same story that we've seen day after day this week. Mainly dry conditions. Clouds will dominate. Temperatures will be in the 70s. But that's all going to start to come to an end, though, because we are going to see that chance for rain Saturday night into Sunday. But temperatures are still, even though they're going to cool off a few degrees, are going to be above normal. So Sunday and Monday in the lower 70s, briefly warming up back into the upper 70s like where we are today, and then we're going to go down as we go into the end of next week. So 73 degrees on Wednesday, 62 on Thursday. That's behind our next system that moves in. But we still have this one to talk about. So if we look, you can see most of the activity right now in Oklahoma, and storms starting to fire up in the panhandle there. And that's where the Storm Prediction Center is watching for the best chance for severe weather tonight, which is why there's a slight risk. But I know Wichita Falls folks, you see us. Marginal risk, you may see a storm, but overall I think most of them will stay just to the north of you. So let's go into Saturday. Saturday through most of the day, dry and cloudy. Here comes that line. Line is going to fire up along and ahead of the cold front. Out west is where we're going to see the best chance for severe weather. It will linger into the western parts of North Texas. So for those of you right here, you could see storms that reach severe criteria, which would be wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and up to quarter-size hail. But by the time they get to DFW, the good news is the time frame that the storm's moving in is overnight. So you lose the loss of daytime heating, which is great because we don't want that severe weather chance. So most of them will lose their intensity. Now there may be an isolated storm in there that still packs a good punch, and we could see a storm that's severe. So keep an eye out, make sure you are paying attention, but the main focus will be off to the west of us as we go into Saturday night, and then Sunday, really no severe weather outlook there. So let's go back over it again. Saturday, mostly cloudy, breezy and warm. Saturday night, storms move in from the west. 60-mile-per-hour wind gust, quarter-size hail possible for the western parts of the viewing area. Highway 281 to the west. Then Sunday morning, storms for DFW early, then moving out, clearing from west to east as we go into the afternoon. Either way, we're getting some rainfall. We need some rain. It's not much, but quarter of an inch to half inch of rain is better than nothing. So that's what we're looking at. A full breakdown on our website, so make sure you download the WFAA app. Otherwise, here's a look. 63 degrees tonight. Tomorrow, 76 degrees is the high temperature. And then if you look at the 10-day forecast, we are going to see temperatures cool down to the lower 60s for the end of next week. Sonia?